When people use that, I fell in love, that's why you hurt. You fell in love with somebody you shouldn't have been with. That means you tripped into it. That means you got caught into it. You ain't expect, and that's why now I consciously, I meet people all the time, and they're like, oh, I meet people, oh yeah, man. I met somebody on, Facebook me, like, oh, I'll call you this week. Didn't call me, write them right off. Why? Because if you couldn't make a simple phone call to say, I'm going to call you for, and then they put, I'm going to call you for sure. You done wrote a contract that you promised to call me. And even though you didn't call, even then you didn't leave a message, you ain't call, I say, you're a liar. And you're like, what's so big about that? Now, okay, I won't even pay no attention, because if you start there, what we going to do in a relationship? And I know you ain't got nobody. And if you find somebody you can potentially be hanging out with or be with, you will be calling them. And that's why I tell folk, when folk can't give you a simple phone call, that's dangerous. Yeah, I'm talking about character building. They're not a blessing to you. You might say, oh, Pastor, you just being all crazy. People busy. Well, don't say it. Because you know what? That you don't know what is a pet peeve or what carry weight. Let me say something to you. If somebody say, I'm going to get ready to give you a job, but you better call me this week or you ain't going to get hired, don't call them. You'll call them then. Because something, opportunity hang on that one balance. That door will hang up on that one phone call that I told you to call. And you don't know if you take certain things lightly, you missed your blessing. Because blessing don't come big. Blessing comes small. Blessing don't come we think blessing gonna come in a new house, new car. No. Blessing might come in adversity, but an opportunity can be a blessing. One thing he gave everybody that talent, he gave everybody an opportunity to be blessed. Now what you gonna do with the opportunity? If somebody tell you got money, say just call me, you don't know what they're thinking in their head. Let me say something to you. Ruth, when she came and she gleaned behind the reapers, and Boaz was standing there and said, who is that woman over there? She didn't know that he told all the people who drop a little bit for Ruth. And when she gleaned behind the reapers, they purposely left some behind because Boaz told them to do it. Not knowing the same field that she was gleaning behind that she will own later on down that chapter. You don't know the potential of blessing because we always looking at, oh, I got to pick behind these people. You don't know what you're picking up. And now you know the field because it's going to be yours. And you don't know what's in God's mind. Because even though you're picking behind, even though you don't have it, you might own the very place you're working for. People don't understand. New business, let me say this for you. Business is business. Church business or any other business, you're going to have to work for it. If it's a business or a ministry, you got to work for it. But the blessing comes is enduring the race. You're going to cry. You're going to sweat. You might bleed for it. But guess what? At the end, you're going to be blessed. The blessed life is having an opportunity. I found out, I thought God said, God give us the power to gain wealth. I always thought it meant somebody going to give me money. No, I don't mean that. He said, I'll give you the ability to gain wealth, meaning hands, ideas. Meaning I gave you a power to go in there to create something that will make you wealthy. Now, this new generation don't understand that concept of work. Because nothing you do is going to come. Let me say, I can stay out there in that parking lot and wait for the God to drop that $1 million right there and say, God, I can stand up there like Moses I can have a broomstick in my hand. Stand on the top of that hill And stand right there and they're like, look at that fool standing up there and waiting. And if with all these thunderstorms, it better not be metal because I will get hit. Yes. I can stand and say, God, I'm waiting right now for you to drop $1 million so I can be like Moses. Guess what? I've been blowing in the wind like a fool. God, people say, well, he did it for Moses, but they ain't had money. God had to show himself more. Now he gives us the ability. And we are in the richest country in America that we can still praise God freely. Yes, Lord. We might be in a hotel setting. But thank God they ain't saying, we don't want none of y'all crazy Christians in here. They welcome us. Because God, that's the blessings. When you open up a door and it fit to where we are now. And God only going to give you God. Now see, people don't understand. The blessing is what we got. This ain't the blessing. This ain't the proof. It's what God gave you the provision for. If God gave us the provision for it, then it has to come to pass. Or God wouldn't give you the provision. God wouldn't open up a door for something to happen. God wouldn't, like I tell people, when I know how God operates. People thought I was crazy. I remember I said, God, when I first bought my house, I had furniture stacked up in my little bedroom. People talked about me like a dog. Look at that fool up there buying furniture and ain't got a house. They didn't say that. They said that and I knew it. I ain't care. But I bought my furniture. I stacked it up. Couldn't even have enough room to get just in my bed and TV. They coming, why you got all that furniture? You ain't brought I ain't had a house, ain't put no on it, but I brought the furniture and paid for it. But when I got my house, I moved all my furniture that was in the box that was paid for. And when they came to my housewarming, they said, you got a fully furnished house. You just moved in 3 months ago, painted the whole house, cleaned up, had it set up. People looking at me, wow, you bought furniture already? Yeah, it's paid for. Because God told me, pay for the furniture now, so when you get in the house, you ain't going to be able to buy no furniture because that mortgage going to hit you. That's the wisdom of God. So, guess what? If the same concept worked for my personal house, guess what? The same concept worked for God's house. If you need it, buy it. Pay for it. So once it's there, if you don't know what we're getting, so we can handle what. And I know some people call me fool now. But if it worked then, it'll work now. Be faithful over a little, God make you faithful. Who know what God gonna do? That's the blessed life. And to me and God, it made sense. Amen. Let me say something to you. Blessings come by believing God. Amen. You got to have faith in God and trust God. If you, like I said last week, vision, you got to believe God for something. If you want to change, you believe yourself changing. If you're crazy, believe that God, I see a vision of me being sane. Yes. If you're not drinking, say, Lord, I see a vision of me stop drinking. You can command your mind. It's all the mindset. It's a battlefield of the mind. You know your past can always creep up on you every day. Even I got to rebuke myself in my mind, in my memory. Because I can wake up and that stuff that happened to me can wake up right next to me. It can get up with you. The hurt, the resentment. Sometimes, one time, when I go to sleep, I was all right. I woke up, and that spirit of stress was like it jumped right on top of me. Soon I got out. I said, I rebuked that. I ain't gonna be mad today. I ain't gonna think about that today. And soon you have that thought. Have you ever heard things that hurt you, and soon you start thinking about it, your neck start to twitch, your eye get. That thing happened. Your eye twitching or something crazy happened to you. Certain things are stress related. It ain't you. You think, I gotta go to the doctor. And when you go to the doctor, they say, I don't know, there's nothing wrong with you. That's spiritual. Because if they can't diagnose what's wrong with you, there's something in your mind. And let me say this. If It's just like anything else. It's like you're hitting a rewind button in your recorder. You keep reliving it, but just like anything else you see, it starts to become real in your mind. If you think like you cold, you people say it's cold up in here. If you imagine ice cubes, you gonna be your mind crazy. That's why when folk you watch pornography, it seems like you really having sex. That's why Jesus said, when you look upon a woman, you committed lust in your, because she was there. And I'm using that as an example. But the same way when you get mad at folk, you look at them, you just like they said it yesterday. Stop nursing and rehearsing your problem, because you're living a blessed life. You got to just burst that stuff. And I said, Lord, I got to work on my own mind. You got to work on your own spirit. And you got to live a blessed life. And if you obey God, God will help you.
For upcoming events, announcements, information, and donation, visit us at www.gpwm.org. Find us on Facebook.
gpw.org.
Thanks for watching the GPW broadcast. If you're ever in the Baltimore area, please visit us at our temporary location, Sunday mornings at 11:30 a.m. Also, you can visit us on our website at www.gpwm.org. Thanks again for watching.